All right. Before we dive in, a quick reminder this podcast is for educational and entertainment purposes only. Nothing here is personal, financial, legal, or tax advice. Yes, I am a financial advisor, but I'm not your financial advisor unless we sign paperwork. Please do your own due diligence before making big money moves. All right, let's set the stage. You got the degree, you got the job, you're making real money. But the bigger your paycheck gets, the bigger your parents' expectations get. Sound familiar? Today, we're tackling the invisible tug of war between your financial goals and your parents' hopes, dreams, and sometimes very real demands. And trust me, if you're a first gen professional, this isn't hypothetical, this is personal. Welcome back to the Financial Engineer Podcast, where we help first gen West African professionals in STEM and healthcare build wealth systems that work in real life. Here in episode 5, we're digging into how to manage that parental expectation, still hitting your own financial milestones, and trying to find some happiness. This is part of a money conversation that nobody really prepares you for because it's wrapped in love, obligation, and identity. Story time. I remember when I landed my first six-figure role, I was hyped, my father was proud, but almost immediately the asks start coming in. We need help for this bill. We were thinking about refinancing that. Your sister needs this for school. None of it was malicious, but it hit me hard. I was still trying to save, still paying my own loans off, and still trying to figure out my life. Then this new asks were coming in. If you're nodding your head right now, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But let's break down this problem. This tension comes from three main places: cultural scripts, financial literacy, and unspoken expectations. So, cultural scripts, like my parents sacrificed, worked so hard, so I owe them. That's implanted in so many of our heads. Financial literacy. Your parents may or may not understand your cost of living or your goals and how much you actually have to contribute or discretionary income after that. And the unspoken expectations, because you made it, you're the family safety net. Yeah, how did that happen? None of these are bad problems per se, they're just system problems. And you can solve a system problem by clarity, communication, and boundaries. So let's talk more about that system. Here's a five-step framework that I use in my own life and also recommend for clients. Step one, get clear on your numbers. If you don't know what you can afford, guilt will drive the bus. Make a budget for yourself and track your expenses. And also figure out how much it costs to be you. Create a family support budget. Decide what you can realistically contribute annually, then back it down to monthly. Treat it like a bill, not just a random withdrawal. Step three, communicate up front. Set those expectations early. Tell your parents, what you can and cannot do. This isn't disrespect, it's called transparency. Step four is automate and separate. Create a separate account for your family, automate those transfers, keep your goals and their support separate from each other to avoid emotional spending. And lastly, step five, educate and empower. Whenever possible, help your parents learn or access resources so they don't always rely on you, if that's possible. All right, so that mindset shift needs to occur. All right, so boundaries with your parents feels taboo, and I get it, but boundaries are leadership. When you say I can give X amount a month, you're not being selfish. You're creating reliability. You're moving your family from emergencies into systems. And here's the kicker. Being responsible steward of your own money is the ultimate sign of respect. It means you're planning for their long-term security, not just quick fixes all the time. So here's a real life example. One of my clients, let's call him Kalichi. He was funding his parents' mortgage, his siblings' school fees, sending remittances abroad. He was burned out and resentful, very, very resentful. So we built a family fund budget. We automated it and had him communicate clear limits to his family. A few years later, his savings has doubled. His parents are actually adapted to the consistency. There's no more mercy calls at 2 o'clock in the morning. He's not giving less, he's just giving smarter. So that's my challenge to you all. After listening to this podcast, just write down your top 3 financial goals: retirement, house, investments, whatever they may be. Decide how much you can sustainably give to your family. Open a separate account for that money. And also schedule a 20-minute conversation with your parents to set expectations. If this episode resonated with you, share it with a friend. There's also navigating this parental pressure. And if you're ready to design your own financial plan that balances your goals and your family needs, just give me a shout. Hit me on my website, lampadosfinancial.com, or DM me on Instagram on lampados_financial_group. And let's build a system that works. In closing, you're not selfish for prioritizing your goals, you're strategic. And that's exactly how you honor your parents' sacrifices, by creating a future where you are not just reacting, but you're leading. Thanks for tuning in to the Financial Engineer Podcast. I'm Chudy, and I'll see you in the next episode. Take care.